Welcome Diecast fans, I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frank the Guru Gibbs.
And welcome to a special edition of the Diecast Sports Programming Network, live from Chaos Canyon. As always, we've got a huge show for you tonight, lots to get through, so let's kick straight into it.
Alright, first up, we've got Big Poppy Racing coming up with their Diecast Games 2020. Now these games last year were absolutely epic. Unlike anything you've seen before, you definitely want to head over to Big Poppy's channel, it'll be linked in the description. And the latest Diecast Racing report is now out. Go and check it out.
And in the tips section, big thanks to Rust Belt Racing for some awesome tips on how to apply and organise your Waterslide decals. I know there's a lot of people out there that wonder about that sort of thing. And then in the races, we've got a bunch of things coming up this month. Make sure you keep an eye on it over at redlinederby.com.
Moving into drag racing, first up we've got Simon over at Hot Car Track, and Mike Dyson, who's just been killing it recently, was having a bit of an interesting one. You can see there, he comes out of turn one and just completely flips himself over. And then here, you see him flip himself off on the final straight.
I don't think he flipped himself off, mate. You might want to just... Alright, Rust Belt Racing, some awesome drag racing on this Sky Drop. Very tight races, very, very fast. Go and have a look at that one.
And then League of Speed had the Redline Derby Racing League carry on, and talking about close racing, this is absolutely brilliant. These are some of the top drivers and top builders in the country. Just look how tight some of those races are. Absolutely phenomenal.
And then Diecast 64 put on a half-mile drag race. So at 1/64 scale, this thing is a monster.
What a brilliant idea. Wish we could have one of those at the Canyon.
So we see here one of the runs. Now keep in mind this is slowed down so that you can see it. But you see it's a beautiful transition he's got there, nice and gentle, there's no harsh bounce at the bottom of it. And these cars sit quite close for a decent amount, and then you see the faster cars here just really start to stretch their legs. Great set of racing, have a look at that one.
And then over at Wallside Diecast, it looked like he actually had some nice weather for a change. Every other race we've seen, it's always been in the rain, so it's quite nice for him to have been out in the sun. And of course you see the McDonald's there. I don't know how the drivers are meant to stop in, but check out this drop here.
Oh, that's a brutal crash this week. Okay, moving across into tournaments this week. Lots going on. So 3D Botmaker carried on with his Camaro Summer. As always, lots of interesting racing and a very unusual crash there early on in the race, but some beautiful overtaking maneuvers and just swapping backwards and forwards. You see here, this other Camaro comes back to take the lead. I mean, that was just a stunning bit of driving.
And then Jackson Pass had the continuation of their Battle of the Centuries, and these cars here, it was just a beautiful bit of racing. They're accurate in the back pretty much the whole way, but check this out. What a manoeuvre right in that last corner. Have a look at the whole set of races over at Jackson Pass Racing.
And then Tune Tracks carried on with his Diecast Cup, and that was a dirty move. Check this out. Comes around, pops into his lane, flips Team Mogmog out of the lane, and then jumps back in his own lane to finish. Ridiculous.
And then Sub 4RA had this huge series going on, and we love these stock cars. We really must do something with that at the Canyon. And as always, he's just got lots of carnage. Even though it's a short track, these cars are going all over the place. See there, a few cars upside down, and then in this one, check this out. Boom. Did you see it? Look at this. Off the wall. 2 cars, and one of them even does a barrel roll back on his wheels and carries on. It's absolutely brilliant.
Nice. And then GNR Vintage Diecast Racing carried on with the Big Kahuna track. And this week it was the Matchbox Superfast. So great set of races there. Have a look at those. And then Hot Wheels Calgary carries on with his daily races. So if you're looking for lots and lots of racing, check out Hot Wheels Calgary.
And then Live Young Diecast has this brilliant little Baja drag set. It's not particularly long, but it's got lots of excitement with these jumps. And today it was a Mustang and the DB5 Aston Martin. And just check this out. synchronized 180. That is awesome. I just love that.
Man, that was impressive. And then Diecast Racer X had his NASCAR championship, so different track for him. This is relatively new from what I understand. It's only been around for a month or two, so check that one out.
Then street racing, 3D Botmaker again carries on with his King of the Mountain tournament. So we are now up to qualifying race number 5, and this was really shocking. Boom, right in the camera.
Whoa, that made me jump.
And then just some great driving and some brilliant overtakes there.
Simon carried on over at Hot Car Track with his Road Warriors competition. So this is the round robin tournament, and they're just having some brilliant races in there. This one here was ridiculous. Now that is actually a DNF, because in his rules, all 4 wheels have to pass the finish line. And then here, Redline Salvage Inc. with a stunning overtake. Absolutely brilliant.
DRC carried on with their yard race series, and we were in this one in the Black 3100, and it was doing really well, but we just couldn't get it together. Serrano Buckmeister absolutely killed it. It was a brilliant bit of racing. And then the Minis here and the Honda City just having a real tussle. It was quite unusual for that Mini to roll over there. Brilliant bit of racing. Have a look at that one.
Urban Underground Racing League carried on with his tournament, and again some very tight racing on this track. Have a look at that one.
Indonesia Diecast Racing, this time he was running 4 cars down his track, and it was mayhem. It was absolutely brilliant, and look at the way that El Camino just goes right around the carnage and gets out in front, and there was plenty of carnage to be had. I mean, check this one out. Cars are on their side spinning around, cars going off the track, and this El Camino was pretty much the only one to stay on his wheels. And look at this, he just slides on by. It was brilliant.
War on I-4 continued his grudge matches. Now these are great. They're short races, but they're fast and just some great action. You see here the blue car getting well out in front, and then the other car pulling up behind, but you're going to have to jump over to his channel to watch it to see who actually wins.
And then Brian over at Flat Rabbit put on this latest tournament. This is just launched this morning. We got a footage ahead of time so that we could put it into this week's report, and there is some stunning racing, and check out this crash here.
Whoa, what the heck is... It's like gymnastics. That's ridiculous. How is that not stunt of the week?
Oh, I've got something special for that.
Moving into off-road, Beaverworks ran a car down their stoned road again. This time it was the Jeep Rubicon. Now this is a beautiful casting. Look at the speed it takes off down this course here. It's ridiculous.
Man, that thing is flying.
Yeah, go and check out the other runs over at Beaverworks.
Right, in Frank's Customs, I just had to feature Sharon Tarshish again. I just absolutely love his builds, and his rat rods are spectacular. They really are. I mean, look at the detail on this. It's not overdone, but it just looks brilliant. And then he did this cheval this time, and I love the way the panels are all different colours. You've got the subtle rust coming through with the detailed heavy rust, and I love that he's changed the ride height. You know I like my lowered vehicles, mate.
Absolutely. Man, that is beautiful. All right, tracks by this week. We kick off with Widowmaker Run. Now, we'd featured this one before, but he actually has a start to finish run of the entire track, and this thing really is a monster. It's like 155 feet of track. It is brilliant. We're not going to show the whole thing here. If you want to see it, head over to their channel, Widowmaker Run. It'll be linked in the description. Definitely worth a watch. And then we've got DC World at Fraser Ridge, and this track is almost ready to launch, and it is looking phenomenal.
Man, that looks great. I can't wait to see that one kick off.
And then Pinas Diecast Racing, a new track that we just discovered last week. Great little track. Again, it's a short track, but they're running all sorts of stuff.
And of course, we had to put the Canyon in, so we launched it properly this week, and it's been well received so far, and we're looking forward to bringing you lots more racing, so keep an eye out for that.
Moving into Grassroots Racing, 164 Speed Shop. Lots of short videos on this channel, and they're mostly stunt things, and you know we love that sort of thing, and who doesn't like a car jump into a stack of cars? I mean, just check out this slow-mo here. Awesome, love it. And the next channel is M&M Diecast Racing League. So this is a great track, combination of laned track to fat track, and some very tight races there. You can see both cars pulling in behind each other. It was really nice.
Alright, stunt of the week. I promised you a big one, and boom! Check that noise.
Holy smoke, this is a drag track. What the heck happened?
I don't know, I think he bounced coming out of the transition and then goes wild, and look at that, he just smashes everything. Bits go flying for miles. Buzz Lightyear faints, and poor Melvin Chubbybottom there just gets nailed from behind.
Man, that is huge. Alright, that is it for yet another week. Thanks very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. As always, we work in association with redlinederby.com, the premier diecast racing community. Everything you want is there, whether it's modding tips, races, all sorts of events. Go and check it out. Sign up if you haven't already. Thanks very much to all of these channels. We really appreciate you letting us use their footage. If you want to be part of this, just go to the DSPN forum link in the description. Go to that forum and post your channel or your photos or whatever it is into that forum. If it's not there, we struggle to find it, and we can't guarantee that we'll get you in. Alright? That's enough for this week. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We'll see you next time.
Do you think anyone noticed that secret link this time in the video?
Don't know, mate. Guess we'll find out.